Turn around once. Just turn around. Just turn around, turn around. See, all of you see what's written on his t-shirt? A. Yeah, that's where you start, A. Don't start with Z, A. You must start with A. A means it's a beginning, isn't it? So, where should you start? Does it happen in stages? Where should you start? I think we've been repeatedly saying, you can only start from where you are. You cannot start somewhere else. Don't try to start anywhere. There's nothing to start. It's already long ago it's been started. You are trying to just hasten it, that's all. You can't start it, it's already started. Your longing to grow has started, isn't it? Maybe you're thinking of more money, but that's only your misunderstanding. But essentially, you want to be something more. That's a spiritual process. Misguided, but a spiritual process. You want to become powerful, you want to become rich, you want to become knowledgeable, you want to be loved, you want to have pleasure, all these are spiritual processes going in wrong directions, that's all. Unconscious conducting of… you're unconsciously conducting a spiritual process. If you conduct anything unconsciously, you may flounder every step, maybe off the mark, isn't it? If you walk… now if I tell you, drive home with your eyes closed, before you get out of the parking lot, you will be in quite a bit of mess, isn't it? So now, don't try to start anywhere, just become more and more conscious. As you become more conscious, it will naturally find its way. To be conscious, to be aware, what it means. If you try to be aware, you cannot be aware. People are always mistaking mental alertness for awareness. Mental alertness will enhance your ability to survive better. You can survive better with mental alertness. But that is not awareness. Awareness means, right now are you here, right now?
Yes.
Do you know that you're here?
Yes.
That's awareness. You're aware, that's why you know that you're here. Otherwise you would not know. Suppose you do not know that you're here, isn't it? If somebody… you know. So someone is dead, poke, no awareness. Someone is asleep, poke, immediately there. Now you don't have to be poked, still you are there. So what I'm saying is, your awareness anyway is coming in different stages. Have you noticed at different times of the day you're in different levels of awareness? So it can be heightened. What is needed for survival naturally happens. Even when it comes to survival mode, not every individual is alert to the same extent. Now you're driving on the street, not everybody is alert to the same extent, it's a survival process, driving. But not everybody is alert to the same extent. So even in the survival mode, not everybody is alert to the same extent, and that can be heightened. If you heighten this awareness continuously, a point will come where it's no more about survival. Something that is not needed for your survival will also come into your awareness. When that comes into your awareness, that which is not needed for your survival is bound to be a dimension beyond the physical. So when that comes into your living experience of life, you're on. Very simple. Those 7 days, what we were doing with you is slowly wind you up, wind you up, wind you up in such a way that you become more and more aware. Suddenly after 5-6 days, you were like… After that, if you kept up your practice, gradually it'll move up every day. Otherwise, slowly you became dim once again. Have you noticed this? You steadily keep up your practice, how your awareness is, you give it up and slowly, voltage is going down. If voltage goes down, the light becomes dim. Light becomes dim, you see very few things. The voltage is really high, light becomes really bright and you see everything. This is awareness. So you don't work on your awareness or your consciousness or your spiritual growth, you just work upon your voltage. You keep your energies up as much as possible, and when energies are up, you tend to get entangled with something. You make sure you don't get entangled with anything. See, an adolescent is far more energetic than other people, but he's always getting into trouble because he has the energy, but he doesn't have the stability. So to have the energy and to maintain the stability, if you do these two things if you do, rest will happen by itself, nothing to do. Simply sit and enjoy.
When Parvati, I'm telling you another story. When Parvati asked Shiva, of the spiritual significance of many of his actions, I can understand this, you're meditating, I can understand, okay, that is a spiritual thing. But now you're dancing, now you're hunting, now you're drinking, now you're smoking. What is the spiritual significance of all this? And you have all kinds of distorted and demented beings around you. What is the spiritual significance of all these people? I don't see any spirituality in them. Why do you have them around you? So Shiva said, there is nothing in the existence which is not spiritual. Everything is spiritual, unrealized. Now, all the methods that we're talking about, whether it is a story or a joke or a meditation or a process that we're doing, it is just to bring it into your awareness. What is it that you're clinging to? What is it that you have to… what is it that's obstructing you? You just have to look at those things. Don't try to understand where to go. You don't know where to go. What is it that is stopping you? You just have to understand the obstacles. Don't try to understand the root of life, because it's not a dimension to be understood. But you can become that.
Sometimes in the rush of daily life, we forget to pause, we forget to breathe, we forget just to be. And maybe for a few moments in this space, you allow yourself that quiet pause. Maybe you felt something scared inside, a question, a realization, or just a soft silence you hadn't felt in a while. That's all, that's more than enough. Spirituality is not about doing something big or mysterious. It's about going to the mountains or reading ancient texts or becoming someone else. It's simply about becoming a little more aware of what already is. Right now, wherever you are, whatever your life looks like, that awareness can begin. Even in the middle of chaos, a little space of clarity can open. Even in confusion, there is a quiet corner of stillness waiting to be noticed. And even in longing for peace, success, truth, or freedom, there is something deeply spiritual already unfolding. You don't need to name it, you don't need to define where you are in your journey. You don't need to understand every step ahead. You just need to keep your eyes open. You just need to notice when something feels heavy, when something holds you back, and gently ask yourself, can I become a little more aware here? There is no rush, no final destination to reach, no baggage to earn. The path is right under your feet. And the journey begins not by moving forward, but by looking within. It doesn't matter who you are, what you have done, or where you have come from. You are already included in this process. You are already part of something greater than you can grasp with your mind. So take a moment today just to sit with yourself, not to fix anything, not to figure it out anything, but just to be. Let the questions stay unanswered for a while. Let the thoughts flow without chasing them. Let the need to know softly fades, because something beyond knowing is waiting. Something silent, alive, and full of possibilities. That is not far. That is right here, closer than your breath. And in some small, invisible way, maybe you already know that. Again, do remember, this is not the summary of Sadhguru's word, it is simply my interpretation of the deep wisdom he imparted. Kindly keep them separated and do not misunderstand. Thank you for joining, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, please take care. Namaskaram.
चंद्रचूड़ शिव शंकर पार्वती रमणानंद